Well, let's take a look at oil now as OPEC slashes its forecast for global crude demand. Yahoo Finance's Jared Blikre here with more on the price action. Jared, I guess in some ways this is OPEC's way of justifying that cut that we got last week.
I think so. That took the administration, also the Democrats, by surprise. In fact, a lot of people surprised by that because a slash of 2.1 million barrels per day is a lot. Now, OPEC Plus has been operating under capacity, so it's really only an effective cut of about 1 million barrels per day. That is still a lot, and it has House Democrats up in arms, and some of the Senate leaders as well. Dick Durbin offering up some bills that have been offered previously in the year, and these have to do with the potential altering the relationship that the U.S. has with Saudi Arabia. We know the U.S. just visited, President Biden just visited Saudi Arabia, but all of this is 1 month ahead of the midterm. So we know how gas prices and energy prices factor into politics. So not surprising to see this, but I believe there is a resolution introduced by 3 Democrats that would suspend military operations and protections in Saudi Arabia and also some sales of arms. And that's a huge deal. There's $100 billion in active tickets with respect to the U.S. and defense systems out there with respect to Saudi Arabia. Now, here are crude oil futures intraday. You can see just kind of sinking here after the 8 a.m. hour. But here's the year to date. We just climbed above $91 per barrel, but still well in the lower end of this range. We just broke out. And so with energy as the leading sector here, you got to ask yourself, and I'm going to go to our sector action and put a year to date on, with energy the leading sector, what are the options here? Victoria Green, our previous guest, mentioning that a lot of these companies, these energy companies, are minting money. And with respect to the supply situation, if Saudi Arabia isn't playing ball, guess what? Venezuela, she mentioned them too. They are some of the largest, they have some of the largest holdings of oil reserves in the entire world, and they are on this side of the world in the West. So maybe we're going to see some increase in terms of interest with respect to repairing those foreign relations and maybe easing some of those sanctions. I believe Chevron still has a presence there, so we'll have to see what comes of this. XLE, by the way, still up 43% for the year.
Okay, Jared Blikre, thanks so much for that.